I work with Professor Lick and have Philly Passing Beck and Ramon Vaughn and Clack and Duck and Deckle Fat News and Research of the Sappy Chicken Bit of Cinema, the Festival Lippy Chip Talk with the Tackle Fat Foundation for Unwed Mothers. I'm about to go off on a tangent. I might just cut this out, but like me, like saying, like as I was talking, I was saying, God, I'm talking way too fast, and I know that a lot of people. Luckily, because I have to say that to myself, like, you know, calm down or like take a breath, and people, you know, do that in the comments now, and say like, you know, remember to take a breath, because I'm like a motor mouth, and but the reason why I'm a motor mouth is because I've always been so self-conscious about how I talk, and how sometimes it's hard for me to catch up with my brain, and like it works a little too fast, and I am a motor mouth because I'm trying to like get my thoughts out and get my words out before my thought, you know, flies away. And so I'm always getting jumbled up in my words and stuff, and so I've always been self-conscious about how I talk and how I sort of stumble in my words and stuff. And so probably the reason why I'm such a motor mouth now is because for years I was self-conscious about how I talked, and I started to learn like tongue twisters and stuff. And this is completely like a total it has nothing to do with crochet, but you know, anyway, but I used to learn tongue twisters and stuff to, like, you know, improve my diction or whatever, because I was so self-conscious about it. And there's this part on I used to watch MADtv. If you like, my sense of humor is more MADtv than Saturday Night Live. If you understand that reference, then you know you're the perfect kind of person to be here. But like, my sense of humor is very MADtv. And so there was this sketch with these people that have these really long, complicated names or whatever, but they were like these tongue twisters or whatever. And Deborah Wilson. There's this sketch with Deborah Wilson and or Alex Borstein's in it too, and Will Sasser or whatever. And they have these like really complicated, long-winded names or whatever. And because I was so self-conscious about my diction and how I talk or whatever, I intentionally learned those names or whatever, and to like to say them over and over again. And so maybe that's why sometimes I talk like really quickly, and like you almost have to slow down what I say because I talk so fast. It's because for years I've just been self-conscious about it, and so I've like intentionally tried to speak better so that I can get all of my words out, even if it sounds like really fast like this, like, you know what I'm saying. So I know it's irritating or whatever for people that just want to watch a crochet video or a yarn video, and like I've seen YouTubers that, you know, usually talk about yarn and they talk like this, and here are the specs for this gorgeous. Like I'm not that kind of person. I'm never going to be like that. I'm going to be talking like this and like a motor mouth. But anyway, so let me go back to the whole MADtv thing. But there's that sketch with Deborah Wilson, and there's this one line that she says, and I learned it, and I'm probably going to mess it up. But she says, and once Professor Lick and Happy Philly Passing Beck made his remarkable discovery about the Sappy Chicken Bit of Egg, the Festival Lippy Chip Talk with the English Tackle Fat Foundation sprang into action. And so like I used to repeat that over and over again, and those are their names, like, you know, Festival Lip and Chip and Chalk Withering Lick Tackle Fat, and like all these ridiculous names. And the way like Deborah Wilson has like the way she can do that in that sketch, like I can barely do it as well as she does in that sketch, and they're all just so great saying all those names. And so like there's a couple names that she didn't say in that one line that I used to repeat over and over again, and I made my own little version of it to like include all the names. It doesn't make sense in the context of the original sketch, but it's sort of like saying like, you know, where you work or who you work with or whatever. And so with the other names, the thing became, I work with Professor Lick and Happy Philly Passing Beck and Ramon Vaughn and Clack and Duck and Deckle Fat News and Research of the Sappy Chicken Bit of Cinema, the Festival Lippy Chip Talk with the Tackle Fat Foundation for Unwed Mothers. And so like it's ridiculous, but like that's how ridiculous I am of a person, and how self-conscious I am about how I talk or whatever. And I don't mean to say that like if you call me out and tell me to like calm down, that, you know, you're making me feel bad about it. No, I'm saying that like I've been self-conscious about it my entire life. And so like if you need to take a minute to like put it down in the comments to like, you know, take a breath or calm down or whatever, don't talk so fast, it's not going to offend me, because like you know, I need that, you know, if you want me to like take a breath or whatever. But that I just wanted to say that, go off on that, you know, ridiculous, stupid tangent that makes no sense, that doesn't have anything to do with yarn. Just to, you know, show that like that's how self-conscious I've been about my speech and stuff, and that's why I probably have turned into a motor mouth even worse than I already was, because of like, you know, learning tongue twisters and stuff like that my whole life, and and it is because like my brain works so fast that sometimes it's hard for me to get my words out, and so I feel like if I felt like if I made my diction better, then I could speak more clearly and I could get my thoughts out as fast as my brain works, because otherwise they're just going to get all jumbled up coming out, and then I'm going to get frustrated, or then be in my head and thinking, why did it come out like that, and then I'm going to get even more jumbled up. So even if I talk really quickly like that and say Professor Lincoln have Philly passing back, at least I'm like getting the words out, and yeah, they're faster than a lot of people like, or whatever, or that I still stumble on my words or whatever, but like I think I'm speaking better than I was years ago. And so I'm sorry if like I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry if like you find the way that I speak an issue, or like the way I talk and the way I'm sort of a motor mouth, but that's just how I am. So I just wanted to kind of explain that, even if this is like a random tangent or whatever. Are you even watching at this point? You're probably thinking, oh my God, I can't even understand what he's saying. Once I got to like, Professor Lincoln, you were like, oh, I don't even know what he's saying. Anyway, so that was just like a completely random tangent, and I may cut out. I have no idea. But anyway, I think that's all that I have to say in this video. What is this video going to turn out like? I know I went off on like 4 or 5 different tangents or whatever. God, this is going to be this video is probably going to be as long as my makes video or something. It's going to take 2 days to upload. This is just supposed to be like a little yarn. I thought I'd done a yarn haul video or before this, where I was showing the yarn that I got into Goodwill, and I was thinking, oh, well, this is going to be like, I'll just save this one for last, because this is going to be like the easy one. It's going to be like just really short. And here I'm talking about, oh, and Professor Lincoln have Philly pass back. It's ridiculous. It seems like hardly anybody's probably watching this point. What I'll do is, like, if you actually watch to this point and you actually want to know what that is, how to say that, I can throw that in at the end. And if you don't care, then I'll just say thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, comment down below, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, now so if you actually want to learn that thing, you can watch the whole MADtv sketch. It's like I forget exactly what it's called. It's like the whatever for unwed mothers thing, and I don't know if it's on YouTube or if it's streaming somewhere or what, but anyway, so what Deborah Wilson's line is, the one that I first learned, is she looks at the camera, and I'll say it like really slowly, so that for me it's probably gonna be even too fast when I do it slowly, but she says, and once Professor Lickenhafen Philip Passenbeck made his remarkable discovery about the snappy trickin' Pinto-Packer syndrome, the Fesser Lippenchip Chalk Withering Lick Tackle-Theft Foundation sprang into action. So like the Fesser Lippenchip Chalk Withering Lick Tackle-Theft. So and so that's like her line. So that's what she says. And then the one that there are a couple other names that they say, and so I took that, and then I found a way to like work those other names in, even though it doesn't make any sense in the context of the joke or in the sketch. But I did that for myself, to like be able to like say those names over and over again and better my diction, which ended up making it where I'm even more of a motor mouth. But whatever. So the line that I came up with all the other names is I work with, it also sounds like something that, like, if somebody ever, like some idiot that, is too nosy or whatever, out in public, that talk, I hate when people talk to me in public, and they're like, oh, so what do you do? Like, I don't even know who this person is or whatever, and then I have to, like, come up with something, I'm a artist and writer and crocheter, or like, what do you write, or you have anything published yet, or what do you crochet, or like those people that are too nosy, you just feel like saying, oh, I work at McDonald's, like, leave me alone, or whatever. You just feel like saying, something just, like, something really simple and easy. I'm a lawyer, or like, what, you just want to say something just like, so they leave you alone. And so I thought it would be funny to come up with a way to say it. It sounds like a way to like put people off, or like push people off, because they don't know what you just said. And so of course then my luck, they would have even more follow-up questions and be like, what did you say? Well, what does that mean? Or like whatever. And so I'm a researcher, and then they're like, what do you research? And it's like, well, I work with Professor Lickenhafen Philip Passenbeck and Ramon von Klacken-Ducken Tackle-Fattenhusen, researching the snappy trickin' Pinto-Packer syndrome at the Fesser Lippenchip Chalk Withering Lick Tackle-Theft Foundation for Unwed Mothers. Like, that's See how ridiculous of a person I am. I came up with that with all those names or whatever, and have, you know, learned it so much that I can say it really quickly. So, I work with Professor Lincoln Happy Philly Passenbeck and Ramon von Clackatackatackle Fat News and Research of this type of chicken bit back and the Fast Live Tip Talk with English Tackle that foundation front and wet mothers. Just ridiculous person. My mom loves when I do that. I've said it to other people, whatever. They just think it's, you know, they think it's hilarious, but, you know, they probably also think it's frickin' ridiculous. But that I've actually learned that. But anyway, so if you want to learn that, if you have any kind of issues with your if you're self-conscious as I am about my diction or whatever, and you stumble on your words, or you stutter like I do, or whatever, maybe you can learn those that tongue twister. Maybe it'll improve your diction. I guess just don't learn it too much, because then you might become a Motormouth like I am. It helps to better my diction. So even if I do talk really quickly or whatever to keep up with my mind, at least it's hopefully coming out in a way where you can actually understand it, where you can actually like slow it down, like when they do how you can do on YouTube or whatever. And usually most people talk like this, but like for me, I would just be talking really normally probably if you like slow down with my speech or whatever. But anyway, so I just thought I'd throw that in at the end. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and stuff, and looking at all this stuff and my ridiculous tangents or whatever. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I've already said, you know, like and subscribe, comment down below, all that stuff. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one.